So Claudia, tell us who you are and why you're here, and how did you end up here?
So I was originally an intern here in 2020 during COVID. I'm from Italy, but I was studying at the University of Padua, and I just came here and fell in love with Costa Rica and with Alturas in particular. Now I'm the operations manager here, and I'm so proud of what we do because our main goal here is to protect Costa Rican wildlife, specifically with our rehab center and clinic. To save animals from different situations and rehabilitate them and send them back into the wild. So
how did Alturas Wildlife Sanctuary end up to be what it is today?
So we were originally a really small center, small sanctuary, and then with all our programs, donations, and a lot of work from our staff members, we managed to become bigger. It's not a huge sanctuary, but right now we take care of around 40 animals in the sanctuary, and we receive a lot of different wildlife in the rehabilitation center. And it's mainly because human causes, and what we're trying to do is really to educate people about the importance of taking care of nature, wildlife, and all the reasons why we receive animals here and we should not, because it's always our fault.
What are the challenges that wildlife are facing in Costa Rica right now, and why they end up here at the center?
So one of the biggest challenges right now, I would say, is the pet trade. Most of the animals, 90% of the animals that we have in the sanctuary, they came from the pet trade. They used to be pets illegally, and they were rescued, and unfortunately they cannot be released back into the wild because they completely lost their natural instincts. And then other problems that we face every day here are electrocutions, car strikes, pet attacks like dogs attacking wildlife. So it's all human-driven causes.
Can you give a little bit more information about what you mean by the electrocution?
Yeah, so a lot of animals, wild animals that climb on trees, unfortunately also climb on power lines. And in Costa Rica, they should be insulated, but they're not. And that's why we receive so many animals, specifically a lot of sloths, monkeys, but not only these ones, also anteaters, other animals, opossums that are electrocuted. And it's so bad because the injuries they report are critical most of the times, and we need to perform euthanasia most of the times on these animals. And also, if they are able to recover, the recovering process is so long and it takes a lot of time and patience, and they need to be in rehabilitation for long periods of time, which is of course stressful for the animals, and it exposes them to the risk of imprinting, which we try to avoid every day. But of course, all of this could be avoided just by insulating the power lines and give the animals more chances to cross the roads.
We heard that there's a campaign that you're helping with on
Yes.
this issue. Can you tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the This Is Not Pura Vida campaign. It's a campaign that we're supporting together with other sanctuaries at the national level. We're asking Costa Rican government to actually do something, take action to avoid electrocutions and to protect wildlife in an effective way by insulating these power lines, because we cannot receive so many electrocuted animals every week. It's just heartbreaking.
So tell me about one of the animals that you have in here, and why are they here, and maybe a story about one of the animals that is a success story.
So regarding the animals in the sanctuary that we have, that are residents, their story is basically the same for everybody, most of them, even if they're of different species. They were kept as pets from young ages most of the times, and some of them lost their natural behaviors or even their natural abilities, like Julieta, our Amazon parrot. She's not able to fly anymore because she was kept in a small cage for over 10 years. And there are so many similar stories in the sanctuary for the animals that cannot be released back into the wild. But we're so proud that we are also very successful in releasing animals that we receive and that we rescue. So the most recent one and the most impactful, I would say, was the story of Taira, an ocelot that we released in December 2024. She had been with us for over 1 year for rehabilitation because she was found when she was just a cub. We were able to rehabilitate her, and we took care of her for a long period of time, and we released her back into the wild, and we were able to track her with a GPS collar. So for 6 months we monitored her, and she was able to establish her own territory. And we released the collar just last month in June. And we can say that she was a complete success and she was able to survive in the wild. And right now we have another ocelot in pre-release, and we hope to do the same with him in October. And again, to monitor them once they go back into the wild. But of course, post-release monitoring programs are also so important, but very expensive. Just one radio collar is almost $3,000 per case. So that's why we're looking for donors, for people who can support our mission.
Yeah, so tell us, if people hear your stories or want to support your sanctuary, how would they do that?
We have different ways in which people can support us, from even like with little donations, or maybe adopting an animal, so giving a monthly donation. Just with our supplies, we have our Amazon wish list that we share on our website. So all the details are on our website, and there are so many different ways. Also supporting our GoFundMe campaigns. We frequently launch different ones depending on our needs. We just concluded with the nursery one, and thanks to the generosity of a lot of people all around the world, we were able to implement our nursery program, and we're so grateful for this. Our needs are always like showing up. Any little support is just more than appreciated.
So what about volunteering? What if someone hears this and sees this and says, I want to go to Alturas?
Please come join us, because we have a strong volunteer program. Volunteers can stay on site. They can also stay off site. They can come daily. They can live in the area and come as local volunteers once a week. There are so many different ways to help in this sense. So please join us, and all the details again there are on our website.
Fantastic. Do you have an education program?
Yes, we do. We really believe in education for conservation. It's so important, especially with new generations. So that's why we really focus at the local level to go to schools and deliver our educational program there. And we also bring school groups here so they can actually see what we do and why this is so important. Education in Costa Rica is fundamental, so new generations can grow as conservationists and help wildlife here.
As a last message, what would you want Costa Ricans and a lot of the Americans that come here, what would you like them to know about what's happening to the wildlife here in Costa Rica, and what they can do to help?
I think the most important thing in general is to become responsible tourists. So when you come to Costa Rica and you visit our country, and you go and you want to see animals, just try to go to see them in the wild or in sanctuaries that actually support actions that protect wildlife with conservation efforts that are actually in the field. So that's the best way you can help wildlife. And then of course, if you can donate, if you can volunteer, that's a plus. But first of all, be responsible, be mindful, and remember that wildlife is wild, and all these animals, they should live and stay in the wild.
Perfect way to end the interview. Thank you
It
so
was
much.
so good to meet you, really. I'm so glad.